On. Hello, everyone. Here for November's Muttonchop Piper's mantle for November. How's everybody doing? I see some people from our other stream here, Silver Sornium or Sormnium. I'll probably butcher that. I'm sorry. Ghost Rider 564. How's the sound? Everybody good? Everybody hear me? How's everybody doing? Good? Excited for Thanksgiving? How many people that are here now that are on the stream do not celebrate Thanksgiving? Displaced Kentucky Hillbilly coming at you from Chicago. Happy Thanksgiving. Eddie Greer 3631. I'm just going to call you Eddie Greer. Thanks for coming, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but starting Halloween, Spain, you're not going to be celebrating Thanksgiving, I'm sure. Starting in Halloween, I just love the holidays. You've got Halloween, then in November you have Thanksgiving, then in December you got Christmas and New Year's. I just love this time of year. It really is a fantastic time of year. Ghost Rider in Australia, yeah. Wheelchair Piper watching while prepping food for Thanksgiving. Looking sharp, buddy. Thanks, sir. Thank you. I feel sharp. I've got my Hobbit waistcoat on, as you can see. Can celebrate my birthday. It's tomorrow. Ooh, happy birthday, John. John's Pipe Journey. My daughter's birthday is the 20th of December. I can't stand Halloween. November 1st starts my holiday season. Why? Asphalt Lou. Why can't you just... Oh, you can't stand Halloween. Oh, okay. Yeah, some people don't like it. Halloween is my favorite. Then it's Independence Day and Christmas. Ghost Rider. Happy birthday, John. Yep, John, happy birthday. Did I ever tell you guys the story about when my daughter was born? Would you like to hear the story? It's a good story. Hey, Pedro from Brazil. Yes, let's hear it. Yep, Ghost Rider. Absolutely. Okay. All right, here we go. So in 1985, my wife was pregnant, and she was hurting. You know, it was the 20th of December, and she was kind of hurting, and she said, I don't know, I think it's close. Well, at the next day, I had to go start a week of shooting at the rifle range. So I had to be at the armory at 4 a.m. so that we could get on the cattle cars, get our rifles checked out on the cattle cars and to the range and ready. We had to be, the first people had to be in their position before the sun came up. So yes. Matt Carr 810, this is the gate guard video. So anyway, so I'm asleep, trying to get some sleep, and I'm dreaming. But I'm dreaming, and this is what I'm hearing. Chris, that's my first name, of course. I do have a normal name. I hear Chris, and I'm like, who's calling? You know, in the dream, I'm like, who's calling my name? And then all of a sudden I hear Chris, and I wake up and I'm like, what? What's going on? She goes, I think we got to go. I think we have to go. And so I said, okay, are you sure? She goes, yes. I said, okay. So we got, you have a bag ready and you get in the car and we start going. She's breathing and she's hurting, breathing, hurting. So we finally turn on to Camp Lejeune. And there, if any of you know Camp Lejeune, it's a pretty long road. I mean, it's not hugely long, but from the end of it, you can see the guardhouses just, in the distance. So I'm driving down, and you got to slow down and talk to the guard. You got to slow down at the guardhouse. So I got to the guardhouse and I pulled over. And as soon as I pulled over, my wife says, I'm going to be sick. So I roll the window down. She opens the door and throws up. Well, the guard, he automatically thought he knew what was going on. So he opens the door and saunters over and says, so, are we going to the barracks there with a young lady? I said, no. I said, this is my wife. She's pregnant and she's getting ready to give birth. She threw up because of the pressure on her stomach. And the guy was like, oh, what? Oh, go. He freaked out. He backed off and he told me to go. But he thought that I was some young Marine that had picked up some chick from the bar and was going to take her back to my barracks, which is not, you don't do that. But it was funny the way he sauntered over like, yeah, I know what's going on. So we get there. I think it's the main gate. As far as I can remember, you go through the main gate and then, I don't know, it's probably, I don't know, a quarter of a mile maybe, not even that, maybe 100 yards. You turn right to go this is at that time, to go to the hospital. If you keep going straight at the time, on the right, there was the PX was right there. That was where the PX was. And I think there was a restaurant, Burger King or something. And then if you turn left, you go to Camp Geiger. And there's a railroad tracks, as I recall, right in that area. Yeah, as soon as you go through the main gate, you turn right. Do you remember that? Do you remember that part? Silver Somnium. You just go right. You go up. I don't know. It's probably 100 yards, and you turn right. Main gate, yeah. You turn right, and that takes you to the hospital. So I get there, and there's a nurse waiting for us because we called ahead, I think, or they knew she was coming somehow. So they help her, and she's in pain. And so, okay, this is just, it was so stupid, it was laughable. They said, honey, do you think you can walk up the stairs? And there must have been 50 stairs. And she looks at the woman and goes, no, I cannot walk upstairs. She goes, okay, that's fine. We'll go around the elevator. And I just shook my head like, what is wrong with you? So I had to go in and I had to check us in. We had already pre-checked in, but I had to go and check in. Well, guess who was there? This guy had checked into the hospital a week before. Didn't know sorry, I'm going to cuss a little bit, didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And he said, now, what's your name? I gave him my name. Well, what's your wife's name? Gave him my wife's name. It was like checking in all over again. Finally, after being there for 30 minutes, the phone rings. The guy answers, he goes, oh, yeah, we're having to check him in, and so the guy gets up and goes, well, look, we can do this later. Your wife really needs you up in the room, so you go ahead and go on up. So I left and bolted up there, and she was already close to giving birth. And then she gave birth. And my wife, man, I tell you what, I don't know if you guys have, if you have kids and you've been with your wife and had kids. My wife, from when we got there, when she got in the bed, our daughter was born a half hour later. And check this out. When my son was born, before she was even in any pain, she was dilated 7. Dilated at a 7. Usually you have to be dilated at a 10 in order to give birth. She was walking around, no pain at 7. So when we got her in, it took about 15 minutes and he was born. So yeah, that's my wife was in labor for 46. Oh my gosh. I think that's probably one of the times that she would look at you and go, "You keep that thing away from me," because when a woman is going through birth that long, they don't like it. 2 days of labor. Oh God, Scott Schultz, that's brutal. How many kids you have? We decided we were going to have 2. Just one? Yeah, I bet. So we decided to have 2. If the second child was a girl, my daughter was born first, and my son was born second. If the second child was a girl, we were going to go for 1 more. And if it was another girl, that was it. Or a boy, it didn't matter. We were done. But after 2, I had a vasectomy and we're done. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pack my pipe, if that's okay with you guys, because I want to get this one started. So here's what I am having tonight. You can't see it very well, but it's the Country Squire figgy pudding. This, in my opinion, is a 5. Rating of 5. This is absolutely the best tobacco, one of the best tobaccos I've ever smoked. When I got it, I was telling the other guys at the other stream that when I got it, it filled the room with the aroma, and it just made me think of Christmas. Oh, it really is. It really is nice. I was only allowed to get 5 2-ounce pouches, so I'm probably gonna work on this one. I've got 2 of these. This one and the other one I'm gonna save until next year, and then I'm gonna get 5 more. I'm gonna keep going until I get. Oh, the name is Figgy, like F as in Foxtrot, IGGY, pudding. Figgy pudding, that's it. And it just reminds me of Christmas so much. It really does. I really like it. Last year I missed out. By the time I realized that they had figgy pudding out and I went to buy some, they had sold out. So this year I knew, I said I was waiting for it. It's like I'm making sure I get some this year. Do you ever put your nice stuff in smaller jars to keep from opening it so much if you're not going to smoke it fast? Yes. Yes, I've got smaller jars that that if I'm going to be smoking it a lot, then I make sure and put it into a smaller jar. All right, got a good draw. All right. You guys smoking anything right now? Bing, do you like figgy pudding? How do you like it? Is it a, it's okay bland, or is it, man, I love this stuff? Old Professor. Kentucky Bourbon Ale and some Angel's Envy. Burp. You're excused, Asphalt Louie. Yeah, I like Autumn Evening too. It's a great aromatic. I think it's one of their best. Autumn Evening just is discontinued? Figgy pudding is an aromatic. Well, Asphalt Louie, if are they still selling? Asphalt Louie, do you know if they're still selling Autumn Evening? I think Mike's going to look it up and see. If they're not selling it anymore, no. Wait and give it a little bit of age and they're on 21 to 42. I'm a new pipe smoker, so I'm still figuring out blends. I kind of envy you a little bit because you're just starting the journey. Nope, just checked all out. Yeah, but they still offer it, right? About 2 a day. Bitsy boy, 2 a day. When I retire, I plan on smoking a lot more. Good, good, good. We'll just have to see how long they can put them off. Chelsea morning.
doesn't say it's discontinued, but
Is it out? Are they out of it?
looks like it might be out.
Yeah.
Well, Smoking Pipes has it in stock.
Smoking Pipes has it in stock, so it's still there.
$11.86.
That's not bad. Pipes and Cigars has automuting in bulk. Awesome.
It's about to be sad. I like that.
Good deal. Brigham. It's a Brigham pipe. Hey buddy, I'm also a new pipe smoker. I've been working on my breath method, packing bowls, but I still cannot finish the heel of the bowl without getting tongue bite. Then don't finish it. I think the reason why that is because you're getting, I have the same problem. I get to the heel and it is absolutely soaked with my saliva and with the natural burning of the tobacco. So if you get down there and it starts giving you a tongue bite, then just let it set till it cools and then dump the rest.
Oh, he's talking about figgy pudding.
What, at the bottom? How would you describe figgy pudding? Is it similar to plum pudding? No. Kefir LGB, it's more like autumn evening. It's sweet. Yes. Canon Plowboy 6432. New to pipe. Can you explain the difference between cigarettes and pipe smoking? Better or the same? Yes. Smoking a pipe is 10 times better, 100 times better. Here's why. So the first caveat I'm going to say before we start into this is that you need to review your family history. If you have history of cancer in your family, and it's a lot of people, and it's different kinds of cancers, especially if they have tongue or mouth cancer, then you don't need to be smoking anything. But for me, like, I don't have anybody in my family except me now. I had prostate cancer, but that, and I asked the doctor, I said, could that have been from smoking a pipe? He goes, absolutely not. That being said, the cigarette companies, they put additives in cigarettes that cause you to get addicted to the cigarettes. They put a lot of additives in there to get you kind of addicted to where you have to have the cigarettes. Let me ask everybody here, how many of you are addicted to smoking a pipe? I bet you anything it's going to be about 90% no. Because a pipe is will be just regular tobacco and maybe some flavorings added. I've gone weeks without smoking a pipe. People that smoke cigarettes cannot do that. Also, most people do not inhale pipe smoke. They just draw it into their mouth, get the flavor, and blow it out. If you smoke a cigarette, you're going to inhale it, and eventually you're going to get cancer. There's no way around it. I am too. Goldilocks 1970. I'm addicted to the ceremony as well. Yep, it's just. So that's my take on that. Yes, silver, sornium, or I'm just going to call you silver. You're right. Hand rolling cigarettes with real tobacco is much better for you than and largely more satisfying. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider. Yeah, I think that's the sucky part about being adopted. Okay, I'm going to drop another story for you guys. You ready? You want to hear it? You want to hear a story?
No.
No, Ghost Rider 564. What the heck, man? Yes, okay. I've got another small bowl going. I think I'm drunk. It doesn't matter now. Let's hear it. Well, you'll probably fall asleep in the middle of it, probably, Asphalt Louis. Okay. Okay, so this is a great story, man. You'll just, I mean, stuff has happened to me, like my wife. The story about my wife having our daughter. It just stuff happens to me. I don't know why. So it's I don't know if I've done this in a video, but if I have, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go through it again. So it's my first day in high school. First day in high school. Go through all my classes. I come to science class, sit in the chair, and I'll never forget her name. Her name was Miss French. She was our science teacher. So she starts doing roll. You know, John Adams, okay, so-and-so, and then she comes to my name, okay. So then she says, okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to open your science book and read chapter 1, and then we'll discuss it after you're done. So I open my book and I start reading. So she walks up to me and she says, okay, I'm sure most of you know this. I'll probably give it away. I hope. Should I tell them my last name, my real last name?
Yeah, it's fine. Everybody knows by now.
Okay. So my real last name is Sheets, Sheets. So the teacher comes over to me and she gets real close to me and she goes, hey, I just wanted you to know that it was real important for your dad that you be in my class. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? She goes, you know, Mr. Caudle, your dad, it was important for him that you were in my class. I looked at her and said, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, you don't know? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, when you get home, you need to tell your mother and father what I said to you. Okay, so here I am, freaking out. What is going on? So I get done with school and I come home. My mom is at the door and she's all smiles. So, how was your first day of school? And I'm like, oh, thanks. Thanks, Milton. She says, I say, well, everything went great, but can you explain to me why Miss French told me it was important for my father, Mr. Caudle, that I was in her class. Her smile went away instantly. Go to your room. Right now, go to your room. I'm like, what are you talking about? Go to your room right this second. Okay. So I went to my room. Well, in our house, you've got registers that, blow out heat and air conditioning. Well, I could put my ear to the register, so I did. And this is what I heard. Get home. Get home right now. He knows. I don't know how he found out. He just knows. Get home. Next thing you know, I felt like it was 5 minutes. And my dad says, Chris, can you come down here? So I went downstairs. We sat at the kitchen table. And they explained to me that my mom was married to a man by the name of Kenneth Caudle. They had one son, and they had a rocky marriage, and they separated. And then they come back together. They said, well, let's see if we can try to work it out. And during that time, I was conceived. But before I was born, I think it was 3 months into my, they decided that it wasn't going to work, and they needed to separate and divorce. So I was born in February of '62. Now, if you've seen the first, I think it's the first launch into space, where we sent people into space. They kept putting it off. Okay, it's delayed, it's delayed, it's delayed. So my mom joked after I was talking to her about my birth. She said, yeah, we weren't sure. Were they going to shoot the rocket into space first, or were you going to be born first? So I was born, and then I guess my mom worked. After that, she worked at the University of Kentucky, and my dad worked there too. Well, he saw her, and he was just enamored with her and just wore her down, I guess. They went on dates and stuff, and so they finally got married. Well, I guess at the time I was not, I might have, I can't remember, but I was not sent to my blood dad's house. So they got together, and my dad, Mr. Sheets, said, look, why don't you just let me adopt Chris? That way your parental obligation is over. I'll take that over. And you keep Craig. That's my brother. Craig is your son. I won't do anything and won't adopt him or nothing. And they said, okay. So that's what happened. Well, I found out the first day I went to school. Now, you may not know this part, but Mr. Caudle was a teacher at my high school. He was the track coach, the basketball coach, and the football coach. He was well known and very well liked. Everybody loved this guy. They didn't like me all that much because I was skinny, I was gangly, I was awkward, and I was picked on. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, if my last name was Caudle, and they knew that Mr. Caudle was my dad, I probably would have been best known kid at Lafayette at my high school, because he was that well liked. I tried to go and talk to him a few times, he didn't want to talk to me. And I think it was a thing to do with the 1950s and 60s. You're not my son anymore. I don't want. And I had a hard time for a while. I was like, why didn't he want me? And then I came to realize that it was for the best. And I'm glad, because I had a great upbringing. My parents were great. But later on in life, I told my mom, I said, Mom, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you sit me down and tell me this before I went to high school, before I went to my first day of school? She goes, Chris, we never thought we were planning on telling you that weekend. In Kentucky, school always starts on a Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they were going to sit me down and explain all this to me. She goes, we never in our wildest dreams thought that you would find out the very first day you went to school. I said, yeah, that was kind of bad. Needless to say, Miss French was a lush. She drank all the time, and a lot of times she came to work at the school drunk. Everybody knew it. All the teachers knew it. But after that incident, Mr. Cottle went to the office and made sure they knew it. And she didn't last very long as a teacher after that, because he was pissed. Because guess what? My mom called him and just, what is your problem? What is wrong with you? Just laid into him about this whole situation. So, but there you go. Sorry, I lost my internet for some reason. So yeah. So my life has been, it started out weird. To be fair, if I had to teach you, I wouldn't drink also my own. Yeah, it's a wild story, isn't it?
I'm going to talk about Blend Club this year.
Okay, so Blend Club for next year. We are getting the list together, and we will let you guys know the list here soon. I want to try to get it to you before January, but even if it's January, you can still send 5 Muttonchop Piper gift memberships. Thank you, Adam Baker. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Tell them how it's going to work this time. The members are going to make recommendations.
So here's how it's going to work. If you have a membership, if you're a member, then I want you to send. How do they send it?
I'm going to make a post on the community tab.
He's going to make a post on the community tab. Mike is. Give me some suggestions. Now, here's the thing about it. In this video, I've got a video that will explain this. If it is a brick and mortar store, and you really love this blend, and you say, yeah, this blend is awesome, you need to review it. I need you to check with that store to make sure that, one, they ship tobacco, and two, if they can handle lots of orders. I don't know how many people will order it, but let's assume that it's going to be a bunch. I don't want this brick and mortar store to be overwhelmed and like, man, we weren't prepared. We can't do this. We don't know what, make sure before you suggest a tobacco. And we'll go through the tobaccos and kind of choose from that list that you send us what tobaccos to do on Blend Club this year. You got it? Everybody got it? You got any questions? Yes. JK 2000. Yes, plum pudding does age well. It has Virginia in it, and the Virginia will ferment, and it will infuse itself into the overall blend, and it really does make... Oh, now come on! Bing 5373, what are you doing, man? Do you honestly think I deserve that much? You're awesome. You are so awesome. I appreciate that. That really helps. It really does. And that might even get us to Las Vegas.
Oh.
This one is for Mike. What? What? The money you just gave to me is for Mike? What does he do that I don't understand? Well, oh, not for you. Man, you are something else. Adam Baker, thank you so much. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Yes. Well, okay, Bing. Is it for Mike or is it for Vegas? Smart Card 8010. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you donated that. Happy piping, happy Thanksgiving, Muttonchop. Have you played Valeria Card Kingdom? Played it last weekend with some friends. I think I did a video on it, didn't it? Didn't I? I think I did a video.
I think you did.
Yeah, I think I did a video on that. I love that game. It's so awesome. Yeah, I did. I reviewed it. They're delicious, isn't it, though? Oh, it's for Mike to get to Vegas. Man! So what are you're gonna be there. Mike's gonna show up and he's gonna, hey, where's Muttonchop? Well, we ran out of money, so somebody had to stay behind. Man, you are something else. $72% for turkey. What's Thanksgiving? 2%. There you go. Everyone be safe, not matter politics. Man, I'm working on a strawberry jello cake with cream cheese icing for tomorrow.
Oh,
Buddies are
that sounds so good.
oh man, that does sound great. Okay, B3 Astra Mode. We just got done with doing a whole series of Country Squire tobaccos for Blend Club, if you want to check them out. That's what, Louis, I want. I want that 100K so bad. I'm hoping that I make it this year.
If you want to tell everybody about why videos have been so sparse, you can. Just to some people may have already heard, but
Mike wanted me to remind you about the reason why there's not been a lot of videos here lately. Some of you might know that Mike's grandfather, who actually raised him, he raised him for most of his life, passed away about 3 weeks ago, and he's kind of been dealing with his grandmother, helping her out, and then after he went to do all that, when he came back, he had a backlog of work he had to get done. So he's just not had enough time. So we'll get back on track here soon. Just wanted you guys to know what's going on. I am smoking figgy pudding. It's a Country Squire blend. They only put it out during Christmas, and they put it out in a limited amount. It's already gone, sorry to say. Oh, yeah. All right. I mean, I'll have to do a video. I'm going to do a video on my blends and what happened. I don't know, man. I'll have to kind of do a video about it. It's a
Subject.
so remember I told you that my life is just kind of screwy. Well, that situation is just as screwy. So I'll make a video about it and explain to you what happened, what's going on. Okay, so Mike, who makes Sleepy Hollow? Strauss. Strauss offered one time when we went to talk to him. He said, "Hey, if you ever want me to maybe make you a blend, just let me know. Give me some parameters and let me know." So I think I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to, I'll give him the parameters of it and see if he'd be willing to make me a blend. I don't know for sure if that'll happen. I'm just, it's just something that's out there. So we'll see. He might be too busy at this time. He might gotten out of doing that kind of thing, but we'll see. But I really do want to get my blends back up and going. So
The other guy will not be making them anymore.
the other guy, the one that made them for us originally, we'll never see tobacco from him again. Sorry about that, but we'll get there. Well, the two blends I originally made, which I'm going to keep those parameters. For the aromatic, it's going to have honey, bourbon, and some Virginia, but honey and bourbon is going to be the topping. Probably Virginia. I have to see exactly what all went into it. But and I don't know if anybody knows, maybe some of you have the blend already. But that blend, since it's got honey and bourbon in it, that blend is going to be called, which it's called now, Drunken Beekeeper. The way I look at it is it's got honey, so what makes honey? Bees. Who takes care of the bees? A beekeeper. And it's got bourbon in it. Well, the bourbon, is going to make the beekeeper kind of a little bit tipsy. So what is the one thing that you do not want to be doing after you've had a snootful? Beekeeping. I just thought it was a play on words. I thought it was a cool name, so I'm going to keep that.
I've got the original labels on here if you want me to pop them.
The label, yeah, there's a label that's there that I've got both the tobaccos.
Okay.
He's going to show you the labels here in a minute, if he can get them worked up. There it is. You see it? Might be hard to read.
That was the other one, but name will probably change.
Now, the other one was named after the guy that made. I didn't like the name. I just went with it because the guy was doing us a favor making the blends. But that blend is going to be in English, and it's going to have Virginia, Oriental Turkish, and I think a couple others. I can't remember. It's on there.
Beekeeper Lush.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if they can make a little bit better better look to the. My thought was, a beekeeper all in a beekeeper suit, and he's staggering around with one of those bee things, and bees are flying around him and stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then once we get it made, if maybe we can shop it around and see if some other like smoking pipes or one of them will carry some of it, so everybody can have some or buy some. But that's way in the future. There you go. That would be cool. A beekeeper in a full beekeeper suit trying to drink trying to drink some bourbon through that plastic face mask thing. Mike, what time do we leave?
Usually 9:15. You can go as long as you want to. I'm gonna have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Texas moon. I don't know if I'll have that many though. I want to tell you guys something I've just started. There's two things that I don't really drink, and most of you will just say, "Okay, that's it, I'm out." I guess it's because I've got a huge sweet tooth, but I don't drink like beer or spirits that much because it got the sour taste to it, and coffee, it has a sour taste to it. But I've decided that I'm going to try to get myself to start drinking coffee. So I bought some coffee that I'm drinking, and hopefully I'll get used to it to where I'll be drinking it all the time. I love the taste of coffee. I've got candy that's coffee taste. They used to put out M&Ms that were coffee flavored. I love them, but I just don't like. Harper 42.99. Welcome, my friend. So I'm going to force myself to like coffee, and then I think eventually I'll like it. Exotics, yeah, that's kind of me too, right now. But I'm going to slowly wean myself off. So, Asphalt Lou, does that mean that you won't be coming to the stream anymore? Because I have shattered your thought of who I really am. Hell no, I'll be here. I have nothing better to do. Well, weren't you just saying you were drinking some beer? Couldn't you do that instead? Being 5373. I've got a friend at work does the same thing, black coffee. Did you have to get used to it, or is there something about it that you just appeals to you? I am. Oh, I am. That's why I'm talking poop. I see. So tomorrow, will you regret some of the things you said on the stream? You get up and go, oh my God, what did I say?
Don't worry, Asphalt Louie, I got your back. Don't worry, Asphalt Louie, I got your back.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Scott Schultz, I had to foo-foo my coffee to drink it. Yeah. Masking the flavor. Okay. No, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Asphalt Louie, why don't you and Mike, get a room or something? How about that? Yeah. Silver Sorghum, he does. He needs a cup of coffee and a pipe of something. I'm definitely in the weaned myself to black camp. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, that's kind of what I've noticed. It tastes really bad, but I guess once you get used to it, if you constantly drink it, you get used to it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dorlex, and that's probably me. I mean, I may try to drink it and just can't get it, but I'm going to give it a try. All right. Jacob Hughes, I'm going to try that. Early morning pipe and black coffee. Yeah. Yeah. B3 Astimode, there's a guy at work. He's got this cup, and he keeps that cup full of coffee all day long. He just sips on it.
Gateway brew.
Cowboy coffee is the gateway brew. Oh, really? Keyful GB? I didn't know that. I'll try it. Yeah. Yeah, Mike likes cold brew. He drinks cold brew quite a bit. Yeah, that's what I've got. I just bought a grinder, and I've got beans. I'm going all in. Burly morning with coffee. Yeah, but died 1922. I've had something like that. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of like drinking hot chocolate. when you put all that stuff in it. But I like it. I'm not knocking it. I mean, that's kind of what I'm hooked on right now is the sweeter ones. Where do I work and what do I do? Well, you'll be disappointed. I work for a company that it's mainly an insurance company. And I primarily answer phones, but I do a lot more now. I started out answering phones, but now I order the office supplies. I am in charge of the fleet, the vehicle fleet. I am, since I've got a maintenance background, I help with the maintenance of the building. I am in charge of sending out FedEx. I mean, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. If there's something somebody doesn't want to do, they come to me and I pretty much, I'll say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But I'm 64. I've got about 5 more years working. You couldn't have asked for a better job during the end of your working life. You know, it's not hard. I don't work overtime. I have every weekend off. So I really love my job.
Got a question in the big green box.
Mataker 810. Aromatic, what do you think of OTC blends like Carter Hall? Yeah, I don't like them all that much. I'm sorry. They're just, for me, they're just a little bit harsh. I have tried them. My grandfather smoked Prince Albert. That's all he smoked. So every Christmas, every grandkid would give him Prince Albert pipe tobacco. And it would last him all year long. Then the Christmas after that, everybody give it to him again. I've tried that. It's not bad. They're not bad blends. It just, I don't know. I like to have different flavors. Yeah. Who are you saying that to? Adam Baker?
Adam,
What was he asking?
Have you ever thought about going full time on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. It's a shame, man. What? Oh. Someone with the amount of people that are joined to the channel and as many views as I have, I don't make a lot, man. I really don't. I make some, but you know, I make every month. I make some, but I don't make a lot. So not as much as someone who is not limited on their monetization would make in my position. So people come to you because they know they can count on you, and there's something to be said with that. Yeah, that's true, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is. Well, I'm working, so it's really hard for me to do full time. Now, maybe when I retire, I might do that. But for now, I can pretty much do. I'm doing some videos now so that I can have some videos that we can put out. No, Texas Moon there was not. Here's the reason. Now, how many of you know why I started the channel? Okay. Do tell, sir. The reason why I started the channel is because one day I was having some trouble with smoking my pipe. And I was looking for a solution. So I went on YouTube looking, didn't find anything. There was a couple of videos that had it in the name, so I went on to see if I could find the solution. And I'm telling you right now, don't ask what it was that I was looking for. That was 8 years ago. But what bothered me was the fact that you'd get on there and the guy would say, "Hey, welcome to my channel. It's a beautiful day here in wherever. You had a little snow yesterday. We had this going on. And my wife's been giving me the business, and I gotta go out and cut the grass." 20 minutes of nonsense. And then when he finally got to the subject, it didn't do anything for me. So after getting frustrated, I said, "You know what? I'm going to try this. I think I can do this." So I sat myself down and I had a discussion with myself and said, "Okay, so how do we go about this?" I set parameters for myself in the beginning. 1, tell everybody what the video is about. 2, give the subject for the video. 2, stay on topic. Teach what you want to teach as quickly as you can and get out. None of this, my wife's bugging me, I've got to cut the grass, I got to clean the house. None of that stuff. Just what are we talking about today? Let's talk about it. Let's stay on the topic. And then when you're done, get out. And that seemed to resonate with people. They gravitated toward that because at first first couple of months I got 100 people, and then I got, up to 500 and then to 1,000. And then out of nowhere, it just started growing like gangbusters. It went from, every week I got 1,000 more. I went from 5,000 to 10,000 to 15 to 20. And within 2 years, I was just like, and then next thing you know, I was just, it scared me. Let me tell you, I was scared. I was like, oh God, I've got 30,000 people expecting me to put videos out every day. I didn't see at the time, I didn't know how YouTube worked. I thought that I just put out a video and people watched it and they got a good information and I could put out a video whenever I wanted to. That kind of, no, that's not how it works. So I kept on putting out videos. That's why sometimes you see I do a kind of a unique video. I did a video showing you I used to be a photographer, showing you my photography. I talked to you videos about being in the Marine Corps. I talk about videos about, how to be a good person and what things to do. So I would try something and it seemed to work. People seemed to enjoy it. So and that's where we are. That's how it happened. And now here we are, 91,000. And I've got good friends. You guys especially are great friends. You always show up. You always have positive things to say. I love being here and talking to you guys. And I wouldn't give it up for anything. It's just really, 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 it has enhanced my life. I would never have known you guys if I hadn't started the channel. I would never know who you are. I would never know your likes. I would never know how much you love smoking a pipe, how much I helped you smoke a pipe. And that was one of the byproducts of the whole thing. Is I didn't realize how impactful I would be, and it's just rewarding for me. That's the most rewarding part, is helping people get over that hump of the tongue bite and to enjoy pipe smoking. So, well, guys, it's about time I go. I want to wish everybody that's in the States a happy Thanksgiving. I want you to stay safe. I want you to stay warm. I want you to have fun tomorrow. Eat lots of food. Smoke lots of tobacco. And we will let you know when the next live in December comes. The next mantle, Muttonchop mantle comes up. So please be safe out there and have fun. Have a little bit too much to drink. Have a little bit too much to eat. And smoke a bowl of tobacco for me. Until we see you guys again in December. You guys have a great Thanksgiving. Mike's going to say something.
Hey, members, just a reminder, keep an eye on the community tab. There's going to be a post up there where you can put your recommendations for next year's Blend Club. We're going to let you all recommend what you want for next year. You'll see it on the community tab. It'll pop up there, and you can just comment on that, and then we'll have another video with the finalized version. But there'll be a video coming out on Friday with more details on that. So thank you, guys. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.